The beginning of the work week, and welcome to Inside the Show. In the National League Central, Starling Marte had 3 hits in the contest as the Pirates got a win over the Cubs 2-0. Right now, the Cubs sit in first place in the National League Central Division, while the Pirates sit in 4th place in the National League Central Division. The Redbirds combined for 10 hits as a team as they took down the Yankees in the Bronx 5-2. It was their 5th straight victory. Heading into today, the Yankees are in 2nd place in the AL East, while the Cardinals are in 2nd place in the NL Central. The Reds broke up their 5-game losing skid as they got the best of the Brewers at home 8-3. Looking at the standings, the Reds are in last place in the NL Central, and the Brewers are in 3rd place in the NL Central. The Braves bested the visiting Padres 3-2. In other Padres news, starting pitcher Christian Friedrich is listed as day-to-day, but is not expected to see any time on the DL. He's dealing with a strained oblique muscle. At the moment, the Braves sit in 4th place in the National League East Division, and the Padres sit in last place in the National League West Division. The Mets combined to give up just 5 hits as they manhandled the Marlins 7-0. Right now, the Marlins sit in 3rd place in the National League East Division, while the Mets are atop the National League East Division. The Phillies knocked out 12 hits as a team as they took down the Nationals in Washington 7-0. Also out of Washington, D.C., starting pitcher Joe Ross will not be in the lineup for the next couple of days. He's dealing with a strained bicep. As of today, the Nationals are in 2nd place in the NL East, while the Phillies are in last place in the NL East. The Los Angeles Dodgers knocked out 10 hits as a team as they took down the visiting Diamondbacks 7-3. Heading into today, the Dodgers are in 1st place in the NL West, while the Diamondbacks sit in 3rd place in the National League West Division. The San Francisco Giants finished off the 4-game sweep as they bested the visiting Rockies 4-2. Also in news from Colorado, shortstop Trevor Story is currently listed as day-to-day. He's dealing with hip inflammation. Looking at the standings, the Giants are in 2nd place in the NL West, while the Rockies sit in 4th place in the National League West. The Blue Jays had 12 hits as a team as they took down the visiting Orioles 7-5. In other Blue Jays news, first baseman Steve Pearce is listed as day-to-day, but is not expected to see any time on the DL. He's dealing with a bruised leg. At the moment, the Blue Jays sit in 2nd place in the American League East Division, and the Orioles are in last place in the AL East. The Red Sox put together 10 hits total as they beat the visiting Rays 4-2. They are on a roll with 8 straight victories. Right now, the Red Sox sit atop the American League East Division, while the Rays are in 4th place in the AL East. The Indians held their opponent to just 2 hits as they defeated the visiting Tigers 3-0. As of today, the Indians sit in 3rd place in the American League Central, while the Tigers are in last place in the AL Central. The Kansas City Royals totaled 11 hits as a team as they defeated the visiting Angels 6-2. In more Halos news, left fielder Ben Revere will not be in the lineup for the next couple of days. He's dealing with a shin contusion. Heading into today, the Royals sit in 2nd place in the AL Central Division, and the Angels are in 3rd place in the AL West. The Minnesota Twins earned the 3-game series sweep as they dismantled the White Sox 11-2. The win was their 6th straight as a team. At the moment, the Twins are sitting atop the AL Central, while the White Sox are in 4th place in the AL Central. The Houston Astros brought out the brooms in a 3-game sweep as they defeated the A's in Oakland 7-2. That now makes 8 straight wins for the team. Looking at the standings, the A's are in last place in the AL West, while the Astros are in 1st place in the AL West. The Mariners snapped their 5-game losing streak as they got the win in a laugher against the Rangers 11-5. Right now, the Mariners are in 4th place in the AL West, and the Rangers are in 2nd place in the AL West. Thanks for joining me. That's all for today. Same place, same time tomorrow. Enjoy the games.
We are set to bring you baseball from one of the crown jewels of the sport, venerable Wrigley Field in Chicago. Tonight, the opener of a 3-game series between the Milwaukee. Kyle Hendricks will be on the mound for the series opener. What do we need to know here, HR?
Well, Matt, last game he pitched 6 full innings. He looked like he had good stuff. He didn't get a decision, but he gave his team a chance to be in the ball game. I look for a similar performance in this game.
So striding in, Chris Bryant. He's not among the league leaders in home runs, but his total does top this ball club. Infield in the overshift here. Now the pitch. And he gets a piece here as this ball is fouled away. And Harold, as we take a look at the Brewers entering play here tonight, they come in trying to rebound after a loss that snapped a modest 3-game winning streak.
Well, Matt, I mean, the simple way to put it, they lost their last game. This is where baseball comes the best to me, where all the cliches come in. You got to have a short-term memory, and you really do. The game's over. You can't do anything about it. You got to come back today and play better and win. Matt, I know he's been struggling. Look at his ERA. Hey, but he's had great bullpen sessions. What he's got to do is really attack hitters early in this game to get that ERA down.
And he lays off it to even the count 2-2. Into the windup. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. Grounder down the line at third. But a foul ball as it holds it 2-2.
Let her rip right here.
Now another 2-2. Down the third baseline. Garcia gloves it. Throw to first will get him easily, and the side is retired. 3 up, 3 down for the Cubs. They trail in this one 3-0. Digging in for his second at bat, Chris Bryant. 0 for 1 for him here in this one. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. And a whiff at a good slider that time.
Matt, I'm a little surprised he's throwing as well as he is. He's pitching less than 40% first pitch strikes, and it's either very deceptive or his stuff is electric to the hitters. Because usually that doesn't happen when you're behind that much to have this kind of success.
Now the 0-1. Hit hard down the line, but that'll get foul. It's 0-2 now.
Hey, any way you can, any way you can. Here we go.
2 quick strikes, and now the 0-2. And another foul ball.
Hey, like you can up there, huh? No one better. Get your pitch up there. Let's go, kid.
Swing and a miss on the slider, and that's out number 1. Here's Chris Bryant now. He started out the evening 0 for 2 so far. First pitch on its way. Hard ground ball to third. And that'll just sneak past his outstretched arm, a base hit. And they'll put the brakes on at third. Runners at the corners with nobody out. Now some movement out in the Milwaukee bullpen. Both a lefty and a right-hander have begun to stretch it out. And he gets a piece there and chops it foul at home plate as the count moves to 2-2 now. 4 runs, 5 hits. No errors so far for the Cubbies.
Do something with it. Let's go.
Very weakly on the ground. And indeed, he'll take only the out at first as the run comes in to score.
Really good job of putting the ball in play right there. Even though it wasn't a base hit, it does bring the go-ahead run for his team.
Striding in once again, Kyle Schwarber. His batter-pitcher matchup numbers against Jimmy Nelson. 1 for 5. And this is taken for a called strike. Oh, that's a tough call. Now 1-2.
Let it rip right here.
From the belt, kicks and deals. Look out. That one almost got away from him. 2-2 now.
Pretty good pitch and a great take there. There's not a... You can catch it way out front and hook it down the line. You see a lot of swinging misses on those.
And he struck him out. Second time tonight now that he's been set down on strikes. Ready for another shot now. Ben Zobrist. He's 0 for 1 thus far.
Ben Zobrist.
Hey, 1 pitch right here. Come on now.
Looking to keep this a 1-run game. The pitch.
Count is 2-1.
High and wide. 2 balls and a strike.
It's one thing to get hit around, but it's far worse when you're getting yourself into trouble by not throwing strikes. Every pitcher's been there, but it doesn't make it any less frustrating or unacceptable.
Hard on the ground towards short, and there's a base hit as that gets through into left. Now it's cut off, a throw to the plate, and he will be safe at the plate as he's able to sneak in ahead of the tag, and it's 6-4. Digging in and looking for more, Chris Bryant. His lifetime batting line against Chase Anderson. He's gone 2 for 6. 2 of those hits were for home runs. Left field and deep. Braun racing back. He tracks it down and makes the play to record the second out. Stepping in and ready for another shot, Chris Bryant. He'll be the one to get us going here in the bottom of inning number 9. Swing and a miss on the slider, 0-1.
Now that is power. You want to challenge me? I'm giving him a big swing. That was the big swing right there. I loved it.
Oh, and a good tight slider there, and he's in command, 0-2.
So he threw the slider darting away to him 2 times in a row. Now I don't think he'll go for it again. I'm looking for something hard inside on this pitch.
And he takes strike 3 cold on the fastball. 1 gone.
Well, he didn't even break a sweat in this one. 3 pitches, he gets the out and heads to the clubhouse to celebrate. Can't do much better than that.
This one wraps up as a 10-8 final. Chase Anderson claims the win.
Welcome, everyone. Let's jump right in and revisit the news and events from Monday. Looking first at the NL Central, the Brewers totaled 13 hits as a team as they bested the Cubbies at Wrigley Field 10-8. Also in Cubbies news, free agent Jordan Walden has agreed to terms on a 1-year deal with the organization. The Cardinals went deep 4 times as they plundered the Pirates 10-2. The win was their 6th straight as a team. The Friars put together 10 hits total as they beat the Braves in Atlanta 2-1. In other Braves news, third baseman Adonis Garcia is listed as day-to-day, but is not expected to see any time on the DL. He's dealing with a bruised hand. In other news from San Diego, shortstop Luis Sardinas will not be in the lineup for the next couple of days. He's dealing with a strained tricep. The Dodgers got 12 hits in this one as they made it a laugher against the Diamondbacks 8-2. The New York Yankees combined for 10 hits as a team as they took down the Chi Sox in front of a home crowd 4-2. In other Yanks news, starting pitcher CC Sabathia will be out of action for a few days according to team reports. He's dealing with stiffness in his back. The Red Sox knocked out 10 hits as a team as they beat the visiting Rays 4-3. They continue to win as they now have 9 straight. The Indians had 12 hits as a team as they defeated the Twins in the Twin Cities 5-2. The Texas Rangers knocked out 12 hits as a team as they defeated the A's in Oakland 5-1. The Seattle Mariners total 11 hits as they beat the visiting Marlins 7-2. The Houston Astros got 12 hits in this one as they defeated the visiting Angels 5-3. They continue to win as they now have 9 straight. In other Astros news, first baseman Yulieski Gurriel is listed as day-to-day, but is not expected to see any time on the DL. He's dealing with lower back pain. That's all for today's show. See you back here tomorrow. Have a great day.
We are set to bring you baseball from one of the crown jewels of the sport, venerable Wrigley Field in Chicago. Tonight, Game 2 of this 3-game series between the Milwaukee Brewers and the Chicago Cubs. These two should provide some big-time fireworks. First pitch is coming up. Brett Anderson, a Texas-born left-hander, gets the starting nod. Harold, what do you got?
Well, Matt, he's got 5 pitches, and I mean, they're all good. He throws them for strikes. He dominates. He mixes speeds up. I asked him one day, what's your best pitch? And he told me all 5.
So striding forward now, Hernan Perez. And we are set for baseball here this evening.
Baseman, Hernan Perez.
And we are underway from Wrigley as the first pitch of the night is taken for ball 1. Well, Harold, as we take a look at the Cubs coming into play here tonight, they have not been playing their best baseball of late as they've dropped 4 of their last 5.
Yeah, last game they just didn't play well. They gave up a lot of runs, really sloppy. So when you play that sloppy, you're not going to win games. Hey, Matt, I like the cold weather strategy. You're probably saying, what's that, Harold? Well, the ball's up. He knows it's not going to carry on this cold night, so now you elevate out of the zone and you hope they swing at it and get some cheap pop-ups.
And another foul ball.
Hey, no outs now.
A ball and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Hard liner, but picked up on a hop. Throw on to first in time, 1 away. With that, here's a look at the Brewers starting lineup. HR, how do they lock up a series victory here on the road?
Matt, this club's just got to get on the board early. When they get out and score early and put the pressure on the other team, they have a great chance of winning games. I think that's the key to this one here.
Keon Broxton is in now as he watches a pitch for ball 1.
Hey, one of the things every pitcher wants to do is make sure that those hitters aren't very comfortable up there. See how he runs this hard one in right here? That's a pitch you just want to try to get a hitter to move his feet a little bit.
Well, he's out in front of that breaking ball right there. Not surprised. That was after that fastball. Nice job of pitching, kind of keeping him off balance.
Fouled off again, and now he's in a 1-2 hole. Ready to deliver the 1-2. Swing and a miss on the breaking pitch. 2 away.
It's always nice to keep a guy that has good wheels off base, and that's just what they did right there. Big strikeout, keep that guy off the base path.
Batting third, the left fielder.
Here's Ryan Braun now.
Ryan Braun.
As he will look at a first pitch fastball for ball 1. And he's definitely off to a fast start in the early part of the season.
Nope.
And he won't bite at that one either. It's 2-0.
Hey.
And he gets this fastball over. It's 2-1. 2 out, nobody on.
Get down here.
Ball 3.
3-1 count to this guy. You don't want to challenge him right here. Don't give him anything to hit. No, no, no. Keep it on the corner.
Hot shot down the line. Something has to give. Here's the payoff pitch. Scorched to third. And he whips on it as this ball's right under his glove.
Well, a couple things with that base hit right there by the 3-hitter. One, he thought he was going to get out of this inning pretty easy. And now you put him in a stretch. The middle of this lineup is no joke. He can find himself in danger real quick.
And that brings up the left-handed hitting Travis Shaw. And that finds its way through for a base hit.
Hey, no runner, no runner. Eat it.
Well, this middle of this lineup is dangerous. You know, he gets 2 quick outs, and then here comes the 3-hitter and the 4-hitter with back-to-back hits. And now the 5-hitter. He's going to have to pitch him a little careful. He thought he was cruising. Now he's in a little trouble.
Now a pickoff play at second, and he'll be back in standing up. Before the first pitch, a check at first. And he's back easily.
Hey, get ahead.
Standing in now, Domingo Santana. He'll swing and lift a ball fouled off to the left and out of play. Looking to wiggle out of this. Here it is. Another one fouled off, and he's quickly behind 0-2. A pause, and the 0-2. Swung on and missed, and that's the final out of the inning. Brewers strand a couple, and now it'll be the Cubs' turn in a scoreless ball game. Matt Garza will be on the bump for Game 2 of the series. What do you have for us on him, H?
Well, Matt, this guy's not going to blow you away. He's a consistent major league pitcher. Look, his ERA last year a little bit over 4, but he takes the baseball. And he's a guy that's going to take his lumps, but he's going to keep coming back at you. And I think we'll probably see that kind of performance today.
Leading off for Milwaukee.
Stepping into the box, Jesus Aguilar. Couple of hits for him in 4 trips to the plate last night. And set up behind the dish is Eric Summersgill as you see the rest of the umpiring crew there.
Now, Summersgill's tough to figure out. He may get some complaints. You don't know what side of the bed he woke up on, and that's like his strike zone. He'll call one side of the plate and not the other. When you figure out what side he's calling, that's where you make your living.
And he gets him to swing through that one. He's in control, 0-2. The windup and the 0-2 pitch. Now a ball pulled hard but fouled off to the left. Here's another 0-2. And a changeup swung on and missed for the first out.
All right, time for the majestic defensive alignment for the Cubs. In this day and age, when teams are moving all over the place playing the shift, these guys are old school, very traditional. You don't see the shift applied very often in this club.
7, the catcher, number 13.
Andrew Susac comes on with one gone here as he looks at a called strike 1. 1 out, nobody on. Over towards the dugout, but this one will get into the stands. The windup and the 0-2 pitch. Changes up on him, but that's in the dirt for a ball.
1 out, 1 out.
The 1-2 pitch. Down the third baseline. Throw on to Rizzo is a low one, but Anthony able to bail out his man with a nice save there. Well done.
Hey, not a lot you can do with that pitch. That fastball just ate him up inside and gets the soft grounder for the out.
Orlando Arcia.
Orlando Arcia is in with 2 away as he takes a ball, 1-0.
Here we go, boys. Come on.
1-0 pitch on the way. A dangerous changeup left high, but called for a strike.
That's the perfect pitch after you've just brushed the guy back. The hitter probably isn't sitting up there thinking you're going to flip something soft up there.
Bases are empty here with 2 men out. A shot to first base and caught there to end the inning. 3 up, 3 down for Milwaukee. They trail things here 2-0. Standing in, Brett Anderson. He'll start us out here in the home half of the second. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Way in front of that fastball. And Harold, as we take a look at the Brewers entering play here tonight, they're on a nice little run, winners of 4 of their last 5 ball games.
Well, they won their game last night. I think that's a big sign. They're starting to play good baseball. I talked to their manager. He loves how they compete.
On the ground to the right side, Aguilar fields it cleanly, and he'll step on first for the out, 3 unassisted. Digging in, Matt Garza, 9-1-2 due up.
22, Matt Garza.
Third inning starts with a slider that's looked at here for ball 1.
Well, that ball's high as a strike in the zone can go, but umpires don't like to reward pitchers on that one. They want to make you get the ball down, so he called it a ball. Throw it down, you'll get the strike.
And he's keeping it down here, and that's a called strike 2. Set to deal on a ball and 2 strikes. And he swings on top of one here and chops it foul right at home plate.
We got no one.
Here he comes again, 1-2. They really bunch him up on that one as he swings and misses for the first out. That was a nasty looking slider that time.
Yeah, that was really well executed, Matt. A classic strikeout
14,
pitch. You think it's
second
fastball
baseman,
middle in, then it starts bearing in on your back leg, and unless you hit it out front, there's nothing much you can do with that.
On its way, the 0-1 pitch. Chopped foul over towards the dugout. Another one sent foul.
He's just fouling them off till he gets something he wants to hit.
Into the windup. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Swung on and lifted in the air to left center. Jay has a read on it. And he brings it in for the second out of the inning. Ready for another chance? Keon Broxton, 0 for 1 here in the early going.
Keon Broxton.
A slider that just grabs the outside corner. 0-1 pitch on its way. And that one stayed too low apparently. From the windup, the 1-1 pitch. Hit hard on the ground to short. Great effort on the dive, but it's through into left.
Well, he rolled over that one. Not the most impressive single, but it's a line drive in the books.
The left fielder, number 8.
Throw over to first. Just keeping him close.
Hey, come on. Get ahead. Stay ahead.
Into the box now. Ryan Braun, as the first pitch to him is in there for a called strike one. A base hit in his first trip. Now the 0-1. And there's ball one. And he gets a piece of it here, but it's chopped foul. A runner on first with 2 away. The 1-2 is a breaking ball. They can't find the zone, and it's even at 2.
You down here?
Hoping to send him packing. Pitch on its way. Swing and a miss. Blew the fastball right by him, and the inning is over. Brewers strand 1. They trail it here 2-0. Stepping in and ready for another shot, Travis Shaw. He'll try to get it going here to begin the 4th.
Travis Shaw.
And the first pitch of the inning here misses down and in for a ball. That's 1-0. Halfway to 100 pitches. Here it is. Swing and a miss. 1-1.
We got no outs here.
And a bouncing ball, foul.
Hey, strike this guy out. Give him yourself.
Ready to deliver the 1-2.
Ball.
Misses. Ball 2.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
A 2-2 count. Here's the pitch. And a big cut at the breaking ball, but he comes up empty, and that's the first out.
That was aggressive pitching in that at bat, and I like seeing that. He showed all hard stuff until the 5th and final pitch for the strikeout. When you work off your hard stuff, it really opens up your secondary pitches to be more deceptive.
Stepping in now, Domingo Santana.
Domingo Santana.
As he swings and misses at a first pitch fastball, 0-1. He's 0 for 1 thus far. The windup and the 0-1. Hard on the ground toward short. Played on the backhand. On to first, and it's a fine start to the inning for Anderson. 2 away now. Settling in now, Jesus Aguilar. 0 for 1 for him here in this one.
Jesus Aguilar.
Here's a slider that's inside. 1-0. And a strike to even the count. 1-1.
If you're able to locate your fastball like that, you're going to have a good game. I'm not surprised to look up and say he's having a good game right now because he's been spotting that fastball pretty good most of the game.
To 2 balls and 2 strikes now. And he struck him out, his 7th of the ball game, and that ends the inning. Gone in order are the Brewers. They're still down. It's 2-0. Digging in for his second at-bat, Brett Anderson comes into this at-bat 0 for 1 in the ball game. First offering on its way. Now a bunt attempt here. Aguilar has it. Flip to the second baseman covering now for the out. Digging in to try it again, Andrew Susac. He's 0 for 1 thus far.
Andrew
Drilled on the ground to short. Russell has it. And the 5th inning will start with a ground out, 1 away. Next to bat, Orlando Arcia. Hit it hard but lined out in his first at-bat. And a check swing here, but he clearly went around on a pitch that would have been a strike anyway. It's 0-1. Laid off as it caught the inside corner.
Well, they're still in this game. You know, if they can get somebody on a broken bat, a blooper, a bunt, and then go for the big ball, they can get something going. But they've got to start with getting somebody on base. This offense needs a base runner and get things happening. Hey, look, he may be hitting at the bottom of the order, but you put him in another lineup, he's at the top. This lineup is loaded. Don't overlook him.
Into the box, Matt Garza. And they'll try to stay out of the double play here as he lays this one down. Flip to the second baseman covering now for the out. Striding in once again, Hernan Perez. 0 for 2 on his line thus far. And he takes a cold strike. 0-1. 0-1. Here's the pitch. Tough slider down low for a strike.
Boy, Matt, he's in some kind of groove, and they better get something working because he is one pitch.
A swing and a miss. That retires the side, and that will do it. Milwaukee leaves 1, still down 3-0. And that'll bring in the speedy Keon Broxton. He'll start things out now in the top half of the 6th.
Keon Broxton.
And here's a first pitch curveball that bounces on him there. It's ball 1. Knee-high slider that he takes a look at.
You know, when a guy starts to get tired, you often see their breaking stuff start to flatten out, but that's not the case here. Still has really nice finish on that slider, as we just saw.
And there's ball 2 now.
Let's go right here.
Set to deliver on 2-1. And he can't get out of the way there, so the leadoff man will be aboard to open up the inning.
And I'll tell you, this is the last guy in the lineup you want to put on base for free. He's probably feeling a little salty after getting drilled, and he's got speed to burn, so look for him to try and make something happen out there.
Sent on the ground out to second. On to Rizzo, and it's a double play. Some action out in the bullpen. Couple of right-handers starting to loosen up.
Baseman, Travis Shaw.
Travis Shaw is in with 2 away now as he looks at a called strike 1. And he misses with it. 1-1. From the windup, the 1-1 pitch. A breaking ball taken on the inside corner.
That curveball just frozen. That's one of those big curveballs you're expecting to go start at you like this one did and break all the way down to the bottom of the plate. But this one didn't get that big break away, and it froze him.
And he's got himself another one as he picks up strikeout number 9 here, and the side is retired. Ready once again, Brett Anderson. No hits in 2 trips to the plate for him in the ball game. Here comes the first pitch. And he gets him to lift one high in the air and drifting out to shallow center. Arcia ranges back, and he has it for out number 2. Digging in once again, Domingo Santana. He comes in 0 for 2 thus far.
16.
Into the windup and the
Santana.
pitch. Takes a knee-high fastball.
Objective number 1 right here is finding a way to get on base, so I'm not surprised to see him taking on the first pitch there.
Swing and a miss, and he's quickly in the hole. 0-2. Pitch swung on and hit in the air. On the move is Hayward. He gets to it and makes the catch for the first out. Ready for another shot now. Jesus Aguilar. Been a strikeout victim twice in this one. Swing and a miss on the slider. 0-1. The windup and the 0-1. Now a swing and a hard hit grounder. But this will be a foul ball as he's behind 0-2 now.
That's a nice pitch right there. He threw him a breaking ball, comes back with the fastball, and now he's late. Now he doesn't know how to adjust. He's kind of caught in between. You got him set up perfectly.
And this will be taken in without much trouble. It's an easy start to the 7th. 2 gone. Cubs have someone working in their bullpen now as a right-hander's begun to get loose. Andrew Susak is in for a third plate appearance as he watches one miss inside. It's 1-0. That's by him for strike 1. From the windup, the 1-1 pitch. On the ground up the middle. Throw in time, and the side is retired. 3 up, 3 down for Milwaukee. They trail in this one 3-0. Next to bat, Orlando Arcia. We're in the 8th now, and nothing's changed out there on the mound.
Well, I've been very impressed with how this starter's going about his business, Matt. He's looked really sharp, and it's hard to know if it's had any effect. But getting that early lead from his offense could have really helped settle him in.
Takes a look down at the knees for a strike. This ball will be chopped foul. Got him to reach for it there as this is grounded to short. Russell's got it. Throw on to first in time, so the leadoff man is set down to open up inning number 8. A couple of good pitching performances by both clubs here. 3-0 our score as you get a look there at the inning-by-inning recap through the first 7 and change. Jonathan Villar will move into the on-deck circle now to try to get something started here with 1 gone in the inning. First pitch has him dancing to avoid it. It's ball 1. He'll come in here at 259. 1 home run and 3 driven in. And this one's too far inside, ball 2. Swung on, missed. 2-1. And the pitch. This is hit high in the air out toward left center. And he will make the play out there, and there are 2 away now. Standing in, Hernan Perez. 2 away here in the 8th, and time's running out on him, Danny.
Yeah, they don't have a lot of outs left to work with, so it's time for someone to make something happen if they're going to get back into this thing.
In there at the knees, strike 1. Squared that one up just a little late.
Boy, he's been great in this one, and he's only 1 strike away from putting another 0 on the scoreboard.
Ground ball sent back up the middle. Russell ranging to his right. Throw to first will get him easily, and the side is retired. Gone in order are the Brewers. Still Tommy La Stella will grab a bat and hit for the pitcher here.
Number 2, Tommy La Stella.
Now time called at the plate as he'll step out and try and start it again. Popped up. Arcia is there for it, and that retires the side. So back here in Chicago with a great view of downtown as we're set here to start the 9th inning from Wrigley Field. Wade Davis comes on from the pen, hoping to finish this one off here in the top of the 9th. So coming to the plate, Keon Broxton. And Dan, what's gone wrong for this lineup today? They're only 3 outs away from being shut out.
Boy, you know, I just haven't seen a lot of fight in these at-bats. Now, of course, plenty of credit goes to that pitching, but the effort on the offensive side has been pretty lethargic watching from up here in the booth, Matt.
Yeah, I would imagine it feels the same from watching in the stands in this one. Swing and a miss on the fastball, and it's 1-2. A ball and 2 strikes. Here it is. And a swing and a miss. Good pitch there for the first out here in the 9th. Here's Ryan Braun now. He's got a hit in 3 at-bats to this point. Swung on and missed for the first strike.
That's a big pitch right there. Now he's got him 0-1. And he still may not be comfortable. Even 0-1, he's still a pretty good hitter when he's down the count. This is a big pitch right here.
You know, he's one of their guys they rely on to get their offense going. They need a rally, so we'll see if he can spark one here.
Well, now we've seen the combination of the two-seamer and the cutter. That is a lethal combination because now he's taken away the ability of the hitter to sit on one direction of the pitch.
To 2 balls and 2 strikes now. He's ready with the 2-2 pitch. And he takes ball 3, so it's a full count now. He's set. Here's the 3-2. Hit the other way out toward right field. Hayward has a read on it. He's got it, and there are 2 down now. Digging in to try it again, Travis Shaw. He comes to the plate as the last chance for his side. 2 out here in the ninth. 2 out, nobody on. Taken, called strike 2, and now they're down to their final strike tonight. It's Brett Anderson in line for the victory, barring a 9th inning collapse here. Thought about it, but he holds up on the knuckle curve 1-2. Milwaukee, good night.
Hey, it always feels good to win a baseball game, but when you can win one at home in front of your home crowd, all those fans cheering, this is a good win for this team.
4-0 the score tonight. The Chicago Cubs secure their 10th victory of the season. Brett Anderson earns his first win of the season. So that's a wrap here tonight. For my partners in the booth, Harold Reynolds and Dan Plesac, and our entire crew, I'm Matt Vasgersian. You've been watching MLB The Show. And for more, click on over to theshownation.com.
Here now is the final line score tonight. First for the victorious Chicago Cubs. 4 runs, 7 hits, no errors. They left 7 men on base. For the Brewers, no runs, 4 hits, 1 error. They left 4 men on base. The winning pitcher is Brett Anderson. His record is now 1-0. The loss goes to Matt Garza. He falls to 1-1. Time of the ball game, 2 hours and 38 minutes. Tonight's paid attendance at
Hi, I'm Justin Allegri, and this is your Wednesday edition of Inside the Show. In the National League Central, the Chicago Cubs combined to allow only 4 hits as they got the best of the Brewers at home, 4-0. The Orioles combined for 10 hits as a team as they got past the Reds in Cincinnati, 7-4. The Pirates had 12 hits as a team as they got the win in extra innings over the Cardinals, 4-3. In other news out of St. Louis, first baseman Matt Adams will not be in the lineup for the next couple of days. He's dealing with a blister on his finger. The Braves totaled 11 hits as a team as they bested the visiting Nats, 7-3. In other news from Washington, D.C., starting pitcher Tanner Roark is listed as day-to-day, but is not expected to see any time on the DL. He is said to be dealing with a sprained elbow. The Phillies took care of the Mets at Citi Field, 3-2. Kike Hernandez had an outstanding day, driving in 5 on 3 hits as the Dodgers grabbed the win against Colorado, 13-1. In other Dodgers news, catcher Yasmani Grandal will be out of action for a few days according to team reports. He's dealing with a strained tricep. Will Myers had a day to remember, amassing an impressive 7 RBIs at the plate as the Padres bested the Diamondbacks 8-4. The Tampa Bay Rays cracked 14 hits overall as they defeated the visiting Tigers 5-4. The Boston Red Sox launched 3 home runs as they blew out the Jays 9-0. They stayed hot with their 10th in a row. Giovanni Soto collected a total of 4 driven in, helping lead the White Sox over the Yankees 7-2. Paulo Orlando was fantastic at the plate, collecting 5 hits, helping Kansas City defeat the Giants 11-10. In other Giants news, starting pitcher Matt Cain is currently listed as day-to-day. He's dealing with a strained tricep. The Cleveland Indians knocked out 12 hits as a team as they defeated the Twins in the Twin Cities 2-1. Also from Minnesota, starting pitcher Tyler Duffy is listed as day-to-day, but is not expected to see any time on the DL. He's dealing with an abdominal strain. The A's pitched well, allowing 3 hits as they were winners over the visiting Rangers 5-2. In other athletics news, right fielder Jake Smolinski will not be in the lineup for the next couple of days. He is said to be dealing with shoulder tightness. Also in news from Texas, starting pitcher Andrew Kashner is currently listed as day-to-day. He's dealing with stiffness in his back. The Mariners beat the visiting Marlins 5-1. The Angels smacked 15 team hits as they got a win over the Astros in Houston 7-4. Thanks for tuning in today. We'll be back here tomorrow and all season long.
Now from the windy city of Chicago, there's a beautiful look at fabled Wrigley Field. Today, the 3rd and final game in this 3-game series between the Milwaukee Brewers and the Chicago Cubs. Cubs baseball starts right now. Mike Montgomery, the southpaw out of the Golden State, gets the call here. Harold, what do you got?
Well, Matt, last game he pitched 6 full innings. He looked like he had good stuff. He didn't get a decision, but he gave his team a chance to be in the ball game. I look for a similar performance in this game.
Digging in now, Addison Russell. He's ready for his first at-bat of this early season contest.
Russell.
Come on, baby, get your pitch up there.
First pitch coming. Here it is. Sends that one out of play for strike 1. The 0-1 pitch. Hard hit ball to short.
Hey, boy, nice rip.
And that's through for a hit.
Yeah, great job right there. Squirted up that ball.
So stepping in, John Jay, as he'll look to bring home that tying run from second with a base hit into the outfield.
Hey, one time right now.
The set and the 1-1 pitch. Here's a little chopper up the middle. And he indeed takes only the out at first as the runners move to second and third with 1 away now. Here's Jason Hayward now as he's got a chance to tie this ball game up with that equalizing run just 90 feet away at third. Looking for the strikeout. Here's the 1-2. Good job to spoil that one away, and he stays alive. Runners are at second and third with 1 down.
Come on, baby, see you done.
And that one stayed too low, apparently.
Good take right there. He's given him a great battle with guys in scoring position. We'll see who's going to win this duel.
Here we go.
A 2-2 count. Here's the pitch. Line towards center field. That's in there. Base hit. In to score the runner from third. And not in time as the run scores.
Well, a 2 RBI base hit right there. That gives them the lead. Now let's see if they can hold on the rest of the game. It's nice to get back in it early, though.
Striding in once again, Addison Russell. He'll lead things off here in this one-run contest. I had him guessing that time as he's barely able to foul it away. Got him out on his front foot. It's 0-2.
Well, there's no doubt what he was thinking on those first 2 swings. Big power swings. Now he's got to dial it back a little bit and try to put that ball in play.
Hit on the ground to third. Shaw fields it cleanly. Oh, and it sailed right over his head at first.
Man, this throw is nowhere close. As we take a look at it, you could see it sail high and down the right field line of the bag. Not sure he rushed the thrower. He just lost the grip as it left his hand, but he's not going to be happy with himself about that throw.
Now batting, center fielder, Sean Shea.
There's a drive out toward the gap in left center. Russell rounds the corner and is headed home. And they're not going to get him as he's in there to score.
Well, this is a lesson for all those pitchers out there. When you allow the leadoff man on base, it always comes back to haunt you. With no outs, I thought they might hold the runner at third, but they send him anyway, and the run scores.
Ready for another shot now. Addison Russell. He's singled in 2 trips to the plate thus far.
Russell.
Swing and a miss, 0-1. 5-2 is our score here in inning number 6.
All right, come on now, let it fly.
0-1 pitch, and he can't make contact on the bender. 0-2.
I really like how the catcher and the pitcher are reading swings. The pitch before, big power swing. Then they pull the string on him and get him out in front early. He has no idea what's coming now.
And he's back standing. Hoping to send him packing. Pitch on its way. Now a swing and a ball chopped foul right at home plate.
Hey, get your pitch. Drive it right here.
Again, he sends it out of play. 5 runs, 7 hits. 1 error for the Cubs to this point.
Hey, let's go, big fella.
And he chased it in the dirt.
Really good pitch right there. So you're moving.
Digging in once again, Jesus Aguilar. And they're down to their final 4 outs here, Dan.
Yeah, that's not looking too good for them right now, Matt. They've got a significant hill to climb, but they've got to take it one bat at a time.
And the throw to first is there. The inning is over. 3 up. Ready once again, Addison Russell. He'll look to bounce back after striking out his last time up. This is lined into left field, and he delivers a big base hit. They'll cash in here as the run is in to score from third.
Well, that's a big hit. It's late in the game. That puts you up 4 runs. What happens late in the game now with the 4-run lead? A grand slam can't beat you if you happen to give one up. That's a big run.
Now batting, center fielder, Sean Shea.
And a changeup here, but that's taken low in the dirt for a ball.
His pitch count is getting up there in the inning now. He needs to get this frame over with sooner than later, so forcing contact and getting the defense involved is probably the best thing he can do.
The second for 1, but they won't get 2 as he beats the relay to first.
Well, maybe a little bit of a problem is they had to wind up going to that bullpen quite a bit. 5 pitchers are going to combine to finish this one to get the win.
And this afternoon's game ends 7-3. Mike Montgomery takes the win on the mound, his second of the year. So that just about does it for Harold Reynolds, Dan Plesac, and our crew. I'm Matt Vasgersian. You've been watching MLB The Show. For more, make your way on over to theshownation.com.
Here now is our final line score this afternoon. First for the victorious Chicago Cubs. 7 runs, 11 hits, 1 error. They left 7 men on base. For the Brewers, 3 runs, 6 hits, 2 errors with 13 runners left on. Time of the ball game, 3 hours and 12 minutes. Our paid attendance at Wrigley Field this afternoon, 45,936. As always, we thank you for your support of Chicago Cubs baseball and remind you to please drive home safely.
Happy Friday, baseball fans. Welcome to Inside the Show. Looking first at the NL Central, the Baltimore Orioles launched 3 home runs as they got past the Reds in Cincinnati 5-1. Heading into today, the Reds sit in last place in the National League Central Division, and the Orioles sit in last place in the American League East Division. The Brewers amassed 14 hits in the game as they got the best of the visiting Redbirds 8-6. Right now, the Brewers sit in 3rd place in the National League Central Division, and the Cardinals are in 2nd place in the NL Central. The Braves totaled 11 hits as a team as they bested the visiting Nats 7-6. In other Nationals news, starting pitcher Steven Strasburg will be out of action for a few days according to team reports. He is dealing with a sprained ankle. At the moment, the Braves are in 3rd place in the NL East, while the Nationals are in 2nd place in the NL East. Noah Syndergaard grabbed the victory with his 10 Ks, helping the Mets get by the Phillies 1-0. In other Metropolitan news, starting pitcher Noah Syndergaard will not be in the lineup for the next couple of days. He is said to be dealing with shoulder soreness. As of today, the Mets are in 1st place in the NL East, and the Phillies sit in 4th place in the National League East Division. The Padres knocked out 10 hits as a team as they took down the visiting Diamondbacks 4-1. Heading into today, the Padres are in last place in the NL West, and the Diamondbacks sit in 3rd place in the National League West Division. Steven Souza Jr. drove in 3 as the Rays defeated the Tigers 6-3. Looking at the standings, the Rays sit in 4th place in the American League East Division, while the Tigers sit in last place in the American League Central Division. The Blue Jays beat the visiting Red Sox 1-0. In other Blue Jays news, starting pitcher Jay Happ is currently listed as day-to-day. He's dealing with stiffness in his back. Right now, the Blue Jays are in 2nd place in the AL East, while the Red Sox are leading the American League East. The Tribe put together 10 hits total as they defeated the Twins in the Twin Cities 5-1. As of today, the Twins are in 1st place in the AL Central, and the Indians are in 3rd place in the AL Central. The A's combined for 10 hits as a team as they took down the visiting Mariners 9-5. Heading into today, the A's are in last place in the AL West, and the Mariners are in 3rd place in the AL West. Mike Moustakas drove in 4 and had a home run, leading Kansas City past the Rangers 7-4. In other Rangers news, starting pitcher Martin Perez will be out of action for a few days according to team reports. He's said to be suffering from a flexor strain in his arm. Looking at the standings, the Rangers are in 2nd place in the AL West, while the Royals are in 2nd place in the AL Central. The Angels cracked 16 hits on the day as they got a win over the Astros in Houston 10-3. At the moment, the Astros are atop the American League West, while the Angels sit in third place in the American League West division. And that'll do it for today. Enjoy the games, and we'll talk to you tomorrow.